Today we will be diving deep into Serializer and implement some custom logic. So let's go over the requirements first. A post table can have user linked to it, and a user can create many posts. So for example, suppose this user 1 created post 1 and post 2, and this user 2 created just one post, this post 3, p3. So basically we have to implement it. So for that we will be using one-to-many relationship, and to handle the situation we have a solution, that is add a column in post table to store user ID. So basically this is our post table which has ID and title. Now we will be adding a new column which is user ID, and then we will store the user ID along with the post. So anytime we are fetching data from this post table, we will be able to know that who is the creator or the author of the post using this post ID. For example, you can see here p1 created by 1, p2 also created by 1. So here you can see, just using this table we can get it that p1 is created by 1, p2 also created by 1. So that we will be doing in Django. Next we have another requirement, that is a tag can be used in many posts. Also a post can have many tags. So basically here is our post table. Suppose p1, p2, p3, and we have here is tag table which is t1, t2. So we need to make a relationship between them so that a post can have many tags. Similarly, a tag can be linked to many posts. So for that we will be using many-to-many relationship, and to implement it we have a solution here, which is to create a junction table which store both post ID and tag ID in a row. So basically suppose we have this post table and here we have tag table. So we will create this table in between, and it will take post ID and tag ID, and then it will store in this post tag table. So suppose we want to know that p1 has some tags or not, so we can directly take this ID p1 and go to this post table ID, and using this ID p1 we can get its tag. So for example, you can see p1 has a tag which is t2, and in this way we will be able to know what are the tags which is linked to a post. And similarly, if we want to see which tag has how many posts in it, so similarly we can do the same. Let's suppose we have tag 2 and its ID is t2, and we can take this ID t2 and directly jump into this table and see how many posts are linked to it. So you can see t2 is added in post 3. So let's do it in our code. Let's activate the virtual environment with pip env shell, and then we have python manage.py run server. Let's implement the first scenario, which is to add a new column in post table to store user ID. So let's go to model, and inside post we will be adding user. And the user will be linked with foreign keys. So model dot foreign key, foreign key takes model. So let's first import the model from Django auth. So from django.contrive.auth we have get user model here. Now we will be using this inside foreign key. Yeah, so basically let's go over the argument that we provided, which is first is model, and then there is on delete cascade, and this cascade means it will be deleted when the linked table data is deleted. And then there is related name, so it's a Django's way to get data. So basically suppose we want to see how many posts this user has, so we can get it by doing like user dot posts. We will be able to get all the posts of a particular user. So that's where the related name is used for. And then there is null true, means a post can be without a user. So the requirement is implemented. Let's run the migration and we will be able to link a post with a user. Migrate. And after running those, let's run the server again. And now let's go over to the admin panel and let's see what happened to our post table. So here is our post table. Let's try to add a new post. So post 2. Now you can see we have a drop down of user. Let's select this user, and now if we save it, you can see that the post is added along with the user data. Let's go over the post URL and get our post data. Let's see what the response it is giving now. So the URL was, let's see, it was post and then it was post. Okay, so first it will be post and then it is post. Yeah, now you can see we can get user data along with the post. Now let's implement the second scenario, which is to add a new table and store both tag ID and post ID. Post tag table. So let's open model, and now we will be creating post tag table. Let's get rid of all those extra stuff. Related won't be anything, and null true won't be there because we want the post should be always available on this post tag table. Same with tag should be always be there. The str will be like this, post, and we will display its tag name as well. And the constraints we have to implement, that is that a post and tag should be unique. So let's implement that in our meta class. Post and tag will be unique together. Tag, not post. Yeah, we added so we're done with creating the tables post tag. It's time to run the migration commands. Now make migrations. So it's saying created tables for post tag. Okay, and now we have to run migrate command. Migrate, and the migration is also applied. Now let's visit the admin panel. Okay, the server is running, but the post tag table is not available here, so let's register it in admin. Let's import the post tag, refresh it again. Now we can see post tags, and we can create new post tag by selecting a tag. We don't have a tag, so let's create a tag 1, and let's save it. Okay, now we can see. Now let's quickly create a view set for tag. Views. Serializer. Tag here, and let's also import it. Now it is working in the same URL. Using this URL we can create a new tag. Let's create a new tag, tag 4, now post, and if we go back to the URL, now we can see we have tag 4. So now we have 3 requirements on this post serializer. So one is to set the user when creating a post. Second, the post serializer should take list of tags and it should get attached to a post. And third, we have to display all the attached tags. So let's first try to achieve the third thing, which is to display all the attached tags. So let's do it. Serializer method field, and it should take a method name which is get tags, get tag method takes self and the object itself, and let's create a variable tags and get all the tags which is related to it. So object dot filter out all the tags. So if we go to models, so you can see a tag is related to post tag. So we can get all the tags which is associated to a post by using this only post tag. So let's filter it out. Let's write it in lowercase and then dash dash post. So post tag, and then so we are getting the post tag and then it's post. This way we are getting all the tags which is related to this particular post, and this post equal to will be this object that we are currently updating or seeing. So we get all the post here, all the tags here, and now we will return it. Now we will return it, return tag serializer, and give it all the tags that we got, and it is many. We are dealing with multiple tags, so that's why many equal to will be true, and then data. Let's save it and let's check it here, post, and now refresh it. Okay, now we can see all the post and all the tags which is attached to it. Now let's go over point number 1 and 2 and work on them. So first one is to set the user while creating post. So to achieve it, we will be overriding the create method. So it takes self and validated data. Validated. So let's take out the user from the request data. Then add it to validated data. Now coming to next point, to give the ability to user to send a list of tags. So first let's add a field here so that front end can send all the tag list field, and it will be a list field. Let's import it, list field, and the list field will be a write only field. So let's take out the tag list sent by front end. So we store all the tag list inside this variable. Now it's time for us to create the instance of this post. Then we will attach this tag list to this created post. So first create the post object. So for that, let's make another variable, post instance. So the post instance is created. Now we will attach this tag list to this post instance. So this create method will create the tag that is present in tag list. So in case the data is already there, suppose tag 1 is already there and we do not want to create it again, so for that we will be using get or create method, so that if there is already data created, for example tag 1 is already created, it won't be created again. It will fetch the existing instance and store it inside this variable. And it takes tag which is equal to this tag instance. So if you already know this post tag object take post tag, let's go into it. It takes post and tags. So we pass post and tags here. At last we will be returning the post instance. Let's change the flow a little bit so that we can understand it better. So this tag list holds an array of string, and the strings are basically title of the tag. So when we are looping over the tag list, each element will be tag title, and this tag title will be used when we are creating the tag with the title, and this returns tag instance and created, and this tag instance will be used when creating post tag. Let's save it. So we are done with overriding create method. Let's hit the API and check if it is working as expected or not. Submit it. Okay, now you can see we successfully created a post with the name of post 12, and few tags also got added to it, like T1, T2 and T3. So the post request is done, which is handled by create method. Now for example, suppose the user want to update the post. There is 3 tags attached to it, and now the user want to keep just one tag, which is t1. So there is no way to detach this to other tags. So for that we will be writing our own update method. In that, first we will detach all the tags which is attached to the post. Then after detaching all the tag, we will attach the new tags that is passed by the user inside the tag list. Def update to handle the patch request. Now on patch request, first we will be deleting all the post tag object which was attached to the post. We first filtered all the elements from post tag whose post is equal to this instance, and then we will delete all of them. Now after that, the logic will be same again. Call the update method of super, and this update method, you can see it takes instance and the validated data, so you have to pass instance as well. Instance comma validated. We'll add t2. So yeah, you can see it getting added. Also, if we try to remove anything, let's try to remove t1. So in that case we won't be passing t1, instead we will just pass t2. Yeah, and t1 will be deleted because we already wrote the logic for it, that first delete all the post tag which is attached to the post. So the update method is also done. Override the delete method if you want some custom logic to be written inside it, so let's do that. And the requirement we have is that a user who is the creator of a post can delete the post, otherwise it will show some error that you are not the creator of this post. So for that we will just add a case, and we will take the user from the request and store it in a variable, and if this user is equal to the instance user, then only call the instance delete method, otherwise don't, otherwise show some error. So else we will show some error which is a validation error. Let's import it from here. Validation error.